Hi, everybody. This is Peretz, Eichler here in Front and Center Talk. We have the privilege today of talking with Rabbi Gavriel Cohen. He is the Rosh of Baisden from the West Coast Rabbinical Court, which is now going transcoastal and is now becoming also the East Coast Rabbinical Court. Of course, Rabbi Cohen, Diane Cohen, has adjudicated cases here in New York for many years, but now it's becoming a larger and broader scope based in. So I would like to introduce Rabbi Cohen and ask him, first of all, what is it that a Baisden actually does that we should be aware of that perhaps we're not aware of, and what the services that the East Coast Baisden will be providing?
We do answer to any problem that comes up, and anybody that has any. We do a lot of shalom bias cases. We advise people. We counsel people, and we try to find the exact problem that the people have, and we try to solve it. That's number one. Number two, if God forbid they come to a point of divorce, then we make sure that they finish their civil commitments and settlements and so on. That's when we get in to do the get. We facilitate the get, which means to say that after everything is done civilly between themselves, we take care of the get from A to Z, and we make it easy for the people so that it should be amicable and it should be also friendly.
So there is a role that the Baisden plays in actually the amicability of a get. Normally, friendliness and amicability is not the words that people think of when it comes to that, but that's something that the Baisden actually can facilitate?
We try to make it as easy and as comfortable as possible, and we explain it before we even start so that they understand the whole procedure, and it's not degrading like many people think, that it's not a nice way, not a nice ceremony, but it's an actual strictly religious and strictly part of settlement. We would like also to let people know that we deal with halacha questions, that we answer any question that they have, and we try anyway, and we take care of other departments of Baisden. All the departments of Baisden are done here. They could have an arbitration with one Rav. They can have an arbitration with 3 Rabbonim. Usually we try to facilitate the arbitration before it comes to a problem.
This is talking again about marriage or about financial or business?
Financial settlements. Many times people have problems with each other. We try to make sure, or we try to make it that they settle between themselves even before they get to a point of a Baisden. We don't want them to come to a Baisden. We want them to settle and talk things over and try to settle between themselves and try to come to an agreement. Of course, if it's a case that someone absolutely is trying to win a case, and even though he was 100% wrong, so then, of course, he's going to need a full Baisden. But otherwise, we try to facilitate the settlement between themselves.
The whole idea, Rabbi Cohen, of going to a Baisden and arbitration, is that something that halakhically is required prior to going to Arkois, going to a secular court? And in addition to the halakhic reason, what would be some of the other benefits that a member of the tzibur, of any Jewish community, whether religious or not, would accrue by going to a Baisden like this?
A Baisden is the first place that a person must go to show importance to the halacha that it says in Parashas Mishpatim, and also to show the respect to our Torah. When a person goes to Arkois, to a secular Baisden, secular court, it is degrading our Torah and Hashem's Torah. But of course, if it's impossible to settle at the Baisden, then there's no other choice. They get a heter to go to Arkos, which is a secular Baisden. The good part of a Baisden arbitration is that, first of all, they don't go into the tremendous costs that there is in a secular court. And also, we do it in a way that we explain it halachically who is wrong, so that they understand that if he's at fault, that he should abide by the decision, and it's over. In fact, many times we had cases that came to us, they were able to settle before they even came to the Baisden. Because once we sent the hazmana to the other side to come and answer the tviyah of the person, they saw how we explained that he's wrong to that person before he even came to the Baisden. So they settled within a day. The check was sent within a day, to show you that many times when all people need is to be explained to where they went wrong. And once they explained, once they have the explanation, they don't need to go to the Baisden anymore. And that's what we try to facilitate.
Can you think of any other examples where a person might not be sure they should go to a Baisden or not, and where going to the Baisden either in the arbitration stage, as you just said now, or actually as a din Torah, where both parties realize the benefit of going, and why a person should understand the absolute, not only halachic necessity, but the true benefit of going to a Baisden like the East Coast Baisden, which is being established here now?
Well, like I just said, many times people understand what they're asking for is wrong from the beginning. All they have to do is to be explained to. Once they understand where they went wrong, then there's no case anymore. The case is dissolved by itself. And the good part of coming to a Baisden, you're only getting a halachic settlement. You're not getting an opinion of some judge where he decided, this is the way it should be. You're getting it from the Shulchan Aruch, from the Poskim, from the Sfarim, that it says. It's not the Dayan that's telling you what to do. It's the Sfarim, the Kedoshim, that are telling you what to do. In fact, in Los Angeles, we even had a case where a lawyer, insisted to go to a Baisden instead of going to court.
Why was that?
Because he said why? Because a divine decision will override any kind of secular court, and that's what he wants to have in this case, and that's what we did. He says a case that lasted for so many months in his office, we came to us within 3 hours. He was out with a very happy settlement.
You mean like some people say the difference between a good lawyer and a bad lawyer is that a bad lawyer can make a case go on for months, but a good lawyer can make it go on a lot longer. But that doesn't apply by Baisden. Your objective is to get it done expeditiously and effectively with a settlement that everybody will be satisfied with.
That's right, exactly, and we explained it very well. And like I said, when we settled that case within 3 hours, he was so surprised. It's impossible to believe that this case that lasted so many months was taken care of within a few hours. And the person walked out from our office with a stack of business cards. He says, I will recommend any person, not only a Jewish person, all my friends will send you people.
Of course, a Baisden does not adjudicate non-Jewish cases. You happen to have, this was a non-Jewish advocate, an attorney, as it were, but in terms of the litigants themselves, those can only be members but they can only be Jewish litigants. Is that correct?
No, one of them was a goy, and he insisted on coming to the Baisden. One of the lawyers was a goy, and he insisted that it should be settled in the Baisden.
Is that a chiddush in halacha? But one of the litigants does have to be Jewish. Is that correct?
No. They're both.
A Baisden can actually adjudicate a non-Jewish case? Oh, that's really remarkable. It's obviously the exception to the rule. The primary function of the Baisden, as we understand it, is that it should be a vehicle to arbitrate cases between Jews and Jews. Is that correct?
Yes.
Could you just sum up for us again, so what the real purpose of the West Coast Rabbinical Court now be? It's going to be called the East Coast Baisden, and how people can access it, and where they should be. They can contact you for questions or for inquiries, or to actually file litigation or arbitration. If you could just give us that information.
The best place to contact me is at our website. It's beth-din.org, or at 323-939-0298.
Okay, and is there a physical location where the Baisden will be established?
At 26 10th Street, Lakewood, New Jersey, at the same time as 331 North Alta Vista Boulevard, Los Angeles, 90036.
So this will be a bi-coastal agency. It is a bi-coastal. Actually, now it's just becoming more formalized, and we're looking forward to being able to have access to it for good things, that things should be settled peacefully. Be'ezrat Hashem. Any just parting words, Rabbi Cohen, you'd like people to know?
Again, the number to contact is 323-939-0298.
That will be for the East Coast Baisden, Harav Gavriel Cohen, and you can feel free to contact him at 323-939-0298, 323-939-0298, or Baisden, that would be BETH-DIN.org. That would be their website, or the email would be Baisden, BETHDIN.org. That's three words together, BaisDin.org @gmail.com, BaisDin.org @gmail.com. This is Peretz Eichler for Front and Center Talk. Thanks for joining us.